Korean. Because of my wear.
Yeah, of course. Is it filming you? Is now.
Daddy.
What?
Look on my shoulder.
Leave her alone. We'll go home right now. Stop. You're kicking me and you're pissing her off. Sit down.
It's not mute.
Sit down.
Salamat sa inyo yun, sis. Nag-wait kami sa barko namin. Sa cruise namin. Sabay ganun. 2 oras pa ata kami bago makasakay. Salamat, Miang. Thank you.
Hey, that's my seat.
Enough. Enough. You don't have to be sorry.
Tagal naman nun. Ma'am, 2 hours at ingat po kayo. Eh, kanina pa kaya kami dito. Sabi, 15 minutos na lang.
One is enough.
Ang init pa naman. You want to remove this one? No? So let's not pull up in the water.
Don't.
Kawawa mga bata. Hindi po ba mainit dyan? Ma, mainit. Nagtanggal nga ako ng jacket eh. O, diba? Yung isa may hawak din na selfie. Ako naman may hawak din selfie, oh. Selfie stick. Diba? Matanda pa yan. Diba? Pareho lang kaming dalawa. You want more, honey? Salamat sa lahat ng mga alagad dyan. Tingnan mo tong, ano to? Don't scare them.
I don't like the ball.
Ang tagal nga, ang init pa naman, nasunog. Sunog na gani ng mukha ko, lalo na masunog. Sabi 15 minutes ko noon, tapos, naku, 2 oras ata kami mag-antay. After ng vacation namin ha, saka tayo magparapol ha, yung mga bumabati ng mga happy anniversary dyan. Yung simula nung February na mga greetings. Tapos yung lahat ng nag-support ngayon yung mga nag-support ng premiere ni ni the Landberg family, ay ni Mr. and Mrs. Landberg family. May ayuda yun ha, yung premiere at saka live. Mayroon yung ayuda. Ang ayuda nun ay fashion jewelry. Magpapamain ako ng fashion jewelry. Yung nag-support ngayong buwan na to ng premiere at saka live. O, diba? Ang ganda naman. Nasunog na yung mukha ko. Grabe kainit. It's a ferry boat. It's a big boat. Spirit of Melbourne. Careful na you're not full over in there, anak. Nako, kay hindi pa naman kayo nag-aral mag-swimming. See, lots of bird now. Seagull. Tagal naman ng sasakyan yung. Tagal nga. Iikot kami sa Melbourne City.
Take your hat off. You take your hat off? Huh? Stop pulling it down on your head.
And I found the book.
They're waiting.
Yeah, I know. Said you need to learn patience, don't they?
Di ba na-remote da na? It's too hot. Sasakay din po ba ng barko? Oo, sasakay kami. Yun nga inaantay namin eh.
Where's the other one?
Sasakay din po ba barko yung isa likod? Yeah.
Did you wear your hat, Isabel, or not? What, in the car? Whatever. Whatever, I don't care. I've got two.
Huh?
Two hats.
Where's the other one?
I've got no idea, that's why I asked. I don't care.
Ah, hoy, give that to daddy.
What?
Mm.
The hot dog?
Ang tagal pa. Ganyan ata ang sasakyan namin, naiiwan ko. Kalapati ba yan? Ewan ko dito ang tawag niyan seagulls. Seagulls. Oh, tingnan nyo, oh, Yara River Cruise. Is that what we...
I think so.
Yan ata yung sasakyan namin.
I don't know.
Oh, nobody sit down, honey. They are all outside.
Yeah. There's not many on it then. This is it. We could all be outside too. They're outside because it's a nice day.
Mm. River lang to, ya. River lang ang ano nito, ilog. Akala ko dagat to. Ah, wala ba tilapia dito? Mga wil. Mga wil tagi ano ipaksiw natin. Ay, paksiw gataan ba? Ay na-miss ko na yung ginataang ano, tilapia na may ano, may ang tawag nito. Akala mo buntis, no? Malas yung anniversary namin, may ano ako, may regla ako.
Yeah. That's our boat.
Hindi naka-score. Hindi nakapaglaro ng basketball kasi ano,
The
may
little one or the big one?
may red tide. Tapos hindi ako nakapag-swimming. Sausaw lang ng paa.
Oh, the little one, the big ones kept going. So I don't.
Naku ma'am, baka mag-standing position pa kayo kapag puno na. Ay, maganda na yung mag-standing position kami. Sa labas kami kay para makakuha ako talaga ng ano, para ma-record ko talaga siya ba. Mag-live lang naman ako.
I don't know if that's ours or not, but everyone else got up.
Ah,
It hasn't turned yet. And it's supposed to be 12:10.
That's my phone.
they're gone. The one that is,
Yeah, it kept going. That's right.
they're going there. They're going there.
There's no boat there yet.
Ah,
That's what I said. I think they all got up.
opo nga, masarap po yung tilapia na may pichay.
Hey.
At talong sa gata. Oo, na-miss ko yun yung sarap, yung tilapia ba? Tapos lagyan yung pang palasa lagyan lang ng ano ng tawag dito yung ginisa mix lang ba, yung ipanglasa mo. Yung sa gata pwede na. O, tapos asin paminta o ba yan? Parang naglihi ako Ilan lang kayo nag-support dyan? Dalawa na lang kayo? Si Lucita lang? Wala ba si Junalyn dyan? Kanina si Junalyn lang, nag-iisa lang si Junalyn kanina. 4 million viewers in the house. Maraming salamat sa inyo dyan. Andyan pala si Junalyn. So, 3. 2 na lang natira. O si Lynn, nandyan pala si Lynn. Sus, malubat na lang niya akong cellphone. Dili pa ta kaikot. First time kong sumaka sa bangka dito. Grabe, daming tao doon. No? May restaurant din kasi doon sa kabila. Ha? That's why I'm using selfie stick, anak. Stand phone stand or... O, diba? Ang social na Manila. O, sila lang talaga. Ha? Because I'm done like that, it's wide hands, possible that I will drop off. Say, this is better. Hindi nyo nasuot yung swimming suit nyo. Ay, hindi. Iba yung suot ko. Naka-short lang ako. Tapos nakabra lang na pang swimsuit kay ang kapal ng tapal. Ang kapal ng tapal ano. Yung pinagawa ko hindi ko nasuot. Gusto ko kasi isuot ko yung set na talaga siya ba. Tapos yung maglublob ba ako sa tubig ba o sa dagat. Iniwan ko sa bahay. Kasi nung isang araw pa ako nagkaroon, tapos kalakasan ko pa kahapon. Ang tatas ng mga building dito. Kaya nga, tapos saktong may regla. Kaya nga nakakainis no? Solo pa naman sana namin yung swimming pool Kami lang ang nag-swimming, yung mga anak ko lang tuloy. At saka nasa loob na nga siya. Ay, ang lamig din. Pagsawsaw ko sa paa, ang lamig. Ay, mako, si Isabel, ayan, siya lang yung matagal na nagsawsaw sa tubig, sa swimming pool. Agoy, baka tuhikon ko diyan Shout out! Sino ba to? Atkad TV. Ano to? Askad TV. Mega love shout out. Salamat sa pagdalaw. Alam nyo, hindi ako nakadala hindi ako nakadala ng pangtaas ba. So ang panyo ko, ginawa ko na lang takip sa bra ko. Pants lang yung dala ko ngayong araw na to. Kaya sabi ko, ano bang gagawin ko? Kaya yung panyo ko na lagi kong purong-purong, yun yung ginawa kong pinatali ko sa asawa ko sa likod. Tingnan nyo yung suot ko, panyo kaya to. Tingnan nyo yung suot ko, mga lalabs, nakapang ako, nakabra lang ako, nakasabit na yung Australian bra ba, na pang swimming ba. Kasi, ang puro inaano ko yung sa anak ko. Mga gamit ng anak ko, yung sa akin tuloy yung nakalimutan ko. Kaya sabi ko, ay naku, uwi na tayo. Hindi na tayo mag-extend kasi wala na akong isusuot. Pero naman yun, apartment hotel naman yung inanuhan namin. Pwede naman mag-washing doon, mag-dryer. Wow, sexy with view. Salamat Askad TV, sexy boy. Panyo na ganining akong tabon sa akong brada. Kay wa gyud makada ang akong sulot gahapon kay bra man to na ako lang gilagyan ng jacket. Pagtulog ba na na bra ba? Muntoy akong sulot kahapon. Tapos silagyan ko lang ng jacket. Kaya wa kadag sulot kay ang daming mga abubot na mga anak kong dinala, mga toys nila. O ayan na, ito na ata ang sasakyan namin. Bumalik na. Let's go. Come na. Isama ko kayo, mag-ikot tayo. Maparaan ka talaga. Come on, give it to me. Alright. Diba? Sasakay na kami. Yung magtambay dyan, alam nyo na. Yung matira, abangan ang pa-present. Pag hindi mag-present, bahala kayo.
girls. Hello.
Ay, ito ang sasakyan namin.
What?
Bless you.
Bad promo. I don't know why you did that. Jesus. So,
In the darkness. Ako'y kalapat ba di ani eh?
what? I don't know. Who knows? I can't see it.
Enjoy, Ma'am Jo. Thank you. Salamat, sis. Yung magtambay dyan, ipapasyal ko kayo. O, di ba? Parang nandito na rin kayo.
It's an old one. This way.
You want me to hold this, honey?
The other guy said that fucking side. We were to one side.
Excited ko po naman ako makitang suot nyo yung swimsuit niya. marami pang time si sila.
Shush. Trying to hear what he said. Don't worry about it. We talked about doing more.
Go. Follow.
I'd suggest you put one of your phones down so you can hold on when you get on.
Sa bagay nga. Go. Oh, tingnan yung suot ni Madam O, punong-puno ang bit-bit. Ha? Ah.
Come down.
Ano din here? Oh.
I like today. We're about as weather goes.
I know.
God, bye-bye.
Iba. Ay, daming tao kaya nga, daming tao tas hindi pa wala pang mask. Hindi na ano dito ang mask.
Oh, right.
Right, okay.
Oh, come on anak, come on. Slowly.
Come on. Thank you.
Slowly. Slowly. Go over there.
Right, keep going.
Come on, come here.
Good girl.
I wanna go outside, anak.
Yeah, whatever.
No space. Lola, you can sit down. I'm fine. Walang space. Puno. Puno sa labas.
We don't open the one on this side. So I've got to walk down the outside of occupational health and safety. I used to be able to do it, but now I'm not allowed to cut myself, so
All right, come please. I want to close the. Yeah. Bayan, hindi ko makita yung ano.
alright, I suppose I'd better give you a bit of an introduction and safety briefing. Now, listen to this safety briefing very carefully because there's some important stuff you
Maganda
need to
sana
know.
kung nasa ano, nasa malapit.
Like what assembly stations means. It means I'm concerned about something, anything at all I call assembly stations. Just go to the seat you're sitting in, keep the aisle clear and follow instructions. If life jackets are required, assembly stations will be called first. The life jackets are in the cupboard to the side of the helm, the locker at the back of the main saloon. Instructions for life jacket fitting are on the life jackets. And also the notice board poster. They are adult life jackets. They will fit on a small child, but you do need special instructions from a crew member for that. Now, downstream we have got 3 low bridges. We approach them one after the other. And on approach to the bridges, you'll hear the boat's horn. Sounds like that. I did it for a number of reasons. Get out of my way, look up, look where you're going. It means a whole lot of stuff. But it also means if you're out on the back deck of this vessel, turn around and look. And get ready to dunk your head, otherwise you'll hear that noise. Natural selection takes a lot of people out all on its own, but when it happens on the boat, it's a lot of paperwork. So do look after other guests as well. 3 low bridges, one after the other, and make sure you wear them on the return journey as well. Tea and coffee will be available after we transit the low bridges. I insist on my deck officer Sadi to be on the back deck to make it look like we've at least tried to stop you from killing yourselves. And if you see anybody in the river, let me know about it straight away, because we're also obliged to call their name out and make it look like we've done something as well.
Hello.
I'll give you a bit of a commentary on the trip. And if everyone's talking over the top of me, I'll talk louder and louder until I stop altogether. And toilets at the back of the boat, smokers ain't permitted on the back deck, preferably not at all. Put your cigarette butts into the fire bucket, not into the river. If you have small children, supervise them at all times, unless you don't want small children. And as a matter of interest, we find them on the back deck unsupervised, we send them straight to the main saloon. That's Botanica. That's the latest, coolest place in Melbourne. It used to be a Float, which is the other bar and restaurant on the opposite side of South Gate. And there was Ponyfish Island, which is my favourite place there. We have to put cafes and restaurants in places like this.
Parang
because
gusto ko
Melbourne
talagang
does not have
lumabas.
cafes and restaurants. This is Sandridge Rail Bridge. It's the oldest railway bridge in the country, and it was built to carry early immigrants from Station Pier at Port Phillip Bay to the Street railway station.
I want outside.
Each of the sculptures represent different people who have emigrated to Melbourne. There is a sculpture part of the set that's Durham. And he's the
want outside?
people's Aboriginal spiritual elder. He's not part of the travellers because he's always been on the rock. And here is Queen's Bridge. Everyone asks me why they built the bridges so low. I thought
Salamat,
that'd be
sis.
obvious. It's because I was stupid. hear about it later. There used to be a waterfall there. It separated fresh water from salt water, giving early settlers their drinking water supply.
Ha?
For that reason, Melbourne was founded right here at this point in 1835. The waterfall was taken out as part of a huge flood mitigation program. This city is built on a natural floodplain and swamp, which I'll tell you all about on this trip as well. There is Crown Casino every hour on the hour after dark. Fireballs erupt from the shoreline through those chimneys. It's quite spectacular. You can actually watch your money go up in smoke. And there's Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium there. Beautiful aquariums there. And after you pay your admission fee to get in, they have a thrill-seeking thing as well. Before COVID anyway, for an additional $240 you could go for a swim in one of their fish tanks with the sharks. And if they're not doing it, there's somewhere at St Kilda apparently you can do it for nothing. And this is Hughes Beach. Doing with a commentary is always
Happy anniversary to both of
a
you.
challenge because of the stuff they want me to tell you, the real truth. So on the right hand side is Batman Park. We have Batman Drive, Batman Hill, Batman Park.
Oh, yeah.
And John Batman was our founding father who started a small rural trading settlement in 1835.
I think the comeback, the bug is there.
Economic powerhouse that
The bug
Melbourne
is
is
there.
today. And that's what they want me to tell you. It's
Huh?
true. What they don't
Yeah.
want me to tell you is
I will-
John Batman
I'm
was a
fine
crook
then.
and wouldn't have put in jail by today's standards.
Because if they come back, honey.
It's amazing.
That's
You
all right.
not told half the story. It changes the perspective. I might tell you a bit about him later on if I get the chance. But there's just so much on this river to see, like Melbourne Exhibition Centre.
Yes.
It's the largest indoor room in the country, built in the era of Jeff Kennett. And no one ever thought he'd fill the place up. It's 500 metres in length. So they knocked him and nicknamed it Jeff's Shed. As it turns out, it does get filled up and generates a fair bit of work from Melbourne. Well, in Sydney in 1930, they were getting the Sydney Harbour Bridge and we got Spencer Street. Take a look on the right hand side, you will see the old Crown Casino, it's Crown Plaza. Keep in mind when you're at Crown Casino, they made enough money out of that place to build a casino on the opposite side of the river in 2 years. They didn't have to borrow a cent from the bank. Now when they built Crown Plaza though, they never wanted to get their hotel rooms wet from floodwater, so they asked the council for the highest known recorded flood level in this part of town. The council gave them the figures from the worst floods on record, 1934. Can you see where the columns draw under that building? That is how high the water level got in 1934. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The City Council invited civic leaders in and said, we cannot do this anymore. Every time it rains, we have to rebuild the entire city. We're not going to do that for any part of the city below the high water marks. That would have been the death knell for Melbourne. So they went up the other end of the river, they built things like Silverdale Flood Mitigation Dam. That solved the problem. It's a huge dam, we keep it half full. Half for our drinking water supply, the other half for flood mitigation. And it's never used as storage. The top half is never used for storage. There is a 19th century time travel machine. The Melbourne City Council installed that. They did it at midnight. Didn't say anything about it. And then denied all knowledge of having anything to do with it, claiming it appeared out of thin air. There's the Polly Woodside. It's an old sailing ship. And the Polly Woodside was built in Belfast, in Ireland in 1885. There's the Seafarers mission behind this display apartment called Seafarers. Polly Woodside's got an interesting story though. It was on the tea trade in South America for a while. It eventually found its way onto the Australian coastline and was finally taken out of service in 1927, being the very last sailing trading vessel to operate in Australia. They then used it as a bunkering barge for coal power ships and did that job till the 1960s. So finally, after about 85 years of useful service, it was declared an historic wreck. Now, all historic items are property of the Australian Federal Government. The current owners of the vessel are the Australian Maritime Museum. They are not part of the government. So in order to acquire the vessel, they purchased it. In 1968, the Hollywood site exchanged hands for 1 cent. And the government, being the seller, lost 4 cents on the deal because they had to pay the state 5 cents stamp duty. Someone's still listening, right? That's good actually. I've got a lot of trouble to find this stuff. That's a swimming pool there with the blue side and the glass sides there. Apparently it's considered very impolite to go skinny dipping in it. This is the old Docklands area of Melbourne. 50 years ago this area was so notorious that people said you wouldn't be seen dead down here. And I don't know why they used to say that though, because a lot of people were seen dead down here. So the government gave it to 2 real estate companies for a very cheap price.
Sige, salamat.
And
Ingat.
to entice them, they said, go knock your brains out, make some money, but there's a few strings attached. And the attached strings almost sent the 2 real estate companies broke. We're talking about Lendlease and Movac. So consider the reality of the whole situation. A successful commercial or retail precinct is on a street called Main Street or Market Street or going somewhere else, Convenience Street, not Dead End Street at the back of the old docks. Anyway, that road slices through the middle of it, giving access problems. The river cuts through the other quarter of it. And the government wanted everything to look like a marine thing or a boat. So let's take a look at what's here. Red, blue, and yellow.
Nabuti ka pa, Lucita. Kumain ka na ako. Hindi gutom pa ako.
And all the buildings look like some kind of boat or marine thing. This one is a whale broaching into the water, the serrated edges of the water.
Goodbye, host from Manananggot.
This, I think, is a manhole.
Ahak, si Manananggot pala.
Next one along. And all the boats, the buildings look like
Salamat,
some kind of boat.
Manananggot.
They also wanted the entire project to be pretty. And one thing that's not very
Ingat,
pretty
thank
are
you.
car parks. So all the car parks have to be stashed away behind the lower ground floor apartments, out of sight. Or if you're going to build a car park and have it visible, it must be architecturally appeasing. So we've got the largest office building in the country as part of the project. It's the ANZ Bank. We've got arts contributions going into the council arts fund. So that's the Red Brick Hills and Stadiums.
Kasi hindi ko alam kung sino Askad TV kasi nakalimutan ko na. Enjoy sa Suroy-Suroy host. Aray. Kasi Manananggot pala ito.
Now,
Pritong itlog at pritong talong ulam, ma'am. Now lang kain, almusal. Kasarap sa pagkain mo, Lucita.
So we've got high density housing, low density housing, open space, office space, parkway, public facilities. They are rebuilding the entire waterfront where the water actually meets the land. They're doing all the curbing and guttering, everything you see, including all the stuff that would normally be considered public works, is paid for by the profits of private capital venture real estate sales. No public money is going into it at all. So when you consider that, you consider it looks a lot better than the old warehouses and dead bodies. This is not such a
Okay,
bad
host,
idea.
grahe na jud ko gyud. Sige, salamat.
If you
Manananggot
wanna know what real
USA.
estate's worth, about $450,000
Bye sa inyong
will give you a one-bedroom
tanan.
shoebox.
Salamat sa
Without
support.
a view,
Upat raman
on the
mamuka buok
right-hand
diha.
side.
So, iga.
Whereas 8 or 9 million
1 hour lang
of
ning
it
ako ay off ko rin to kay mag Facebook live ko.
extra.
Salamat. Ingat. Amping-amping.
Piece of floating plastic outside. And the technology in the garage is pretty cool as well because there's a turntable in the garage and you drive the roller onto the turntable and it turns it around for you. So you don't have to worry about scratching the doors when you're backing out. Do you remember that from the 1970s Batcave? No, science fiction and now it's reality, so I wonder what they'll think of next. Brenda Bella, it's the 1988 Sydney Hobart Yacht Race winner. Broke the record that year and held it for 17 years. There's Brenda
Antayin ko
Bella.
lang mag 1 hour, mag-off ako ng live ko kasi mag Facebook live ako.
Behind this building here, it's the largest Ferris wheel in the country. It's called the Melbourne Star. They put it down here to attract people. The problem is the Ferris wheel needs people already here to be a viable option. But it's built right next to a building that's an optical illusion. I call it the bent building. And you can see it's got a bit of a weird bend in it, depending on the perspective of it. Imagine you're going for a ride in the Ferris wheel, standing there watching the bent building being vertigo. Anyway. This is the Baltic Bridge. The poles on the bridge are decorations. They
Ganda
serve no
naman
structural
dyan.
purpose
Salamat,
whatsoever.
Mian. Salamat, Sisila.
And they're supposed to be 140 metres high. All the paperwork, I remember a marine chart that says they're 140 metres high. But the same chart tells me that the height of the clearance from the road deck to the bridge to the water is 25 metres. That's a measurement that has to be accurate. These were going to be 140 metres high. That's 4 metres higher than the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and that'll give us the tallest bridge in the country. But in all the confusion of trying to siphon the money off for public hospitals and the like, they left the paperwork the same. And the only way you're going to find out is if you have a marine sextant or meteorology, 96 metres. But if you get caught up in the argument of having the highest bridge in the country, after all, why destroy the dream? The name of the bridge is a bit of a controversy.
Go, go, go,
So
go.
Henry Bolsey, the namesake of the bridge, was the Premier of Victoria from 1950 to 1968.
Hold, hold, hold. Hold. Hold, ha? Not close to the water. Oh. You see over there? Oh, go back, go back, go back. Careful, ha? Be careful. Look, anak ko, the red one ako. Yes. Di ba nakakahilong sumakay, ma'am? Hindi ako mahiluhin, sisilab. Hindi ako mahiluhin sa sa bangka. Sa mga ganito. Pero mahiluhin ako sa taxi at saka sa bus. Malapit na ako mag-off, ha. Antayin ko lang 1 hour. Ay, sorry.
That's all right, I was looking at you.
Hello, my goodness.
You can't see anything.
Honey, I had a spike on. Over there, you can hold over there, oh. Over there, hold here, hold. Hold over there, come on. Okay, come here. Hold over here. Hold on. Huh?
I don't like the engine.
Hold. Hold. Okay, hold. Hold this side. Yun na. We can express to the lady.
Can't hear anything you're saying up here.
Huh?
I said you can't hear anything up here about what you're saying.
Wow. Thank you, honey.
It's been half half my life working around this shit.
Oh, yung natira dyan, mag-present na ha, tapos screenshot ha. Malapit na ako mag-off. 1 hour lang tong ano ko, live ko kasi mag-Facebook live ako. Okay.
Staying up here?
You wanna stay there? Or go to daddy? Alright, Kristen. You wanna go to daddy?
Now you're gonna stay there? Keep an eye on it.
Mag-present yung natira dyan, ha? Tapos mag-PM sa akin. Yung walang present, walang ayuda, ha? Mag-screenshot na kayo kasi i-screenshot nyo yung present nyo. Kakauwi lang namin sis, nag-attend ng marcha sa Anzac Day. Ah,
Sebastian, see this big cranes over there? See the big cranes? The big cranes. The containers onto the big boats.
ano anak, you wanna sit down here? Careful ha, don't jump. You wanna sit down or no? Huh? Oo, lumabas kami. Malapit na ako mag-off. 1 hour lang to. Bye-bye. Mag-present ha. Screenshot. Mag-off na ako.